The apostles, the elders at the millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. Brothers from Great Millstone, Dallas here. Ultimately, we're just breaking bread, looking over particular things that are showing up in news feeds, looking around us, and man, it's about to get crazy. All right, we're living in, for years we've been prophesying about these times to come, but now we're in them.
Right.
It's not coming, it's here. And we only know it's only going to get worse. So we were pretty much talking about this particular article here, as well as a few other articles we got dealing with the fact that there's a police shortage. All right, and in a lot of states in the United States, USA, Babylon the Great, according to the Holy Scriptures, crime is increasing. All right, but it's getting to the point where police officers aren't able to respond to every call.
Yep.
There's so much crime happening that the police ain't showing up for particular things. In Seattle, women were getting ravished, and the police weren't able to show up. All right, and in particular parts of the world, all right, there ain't no police in these particular states, which is going to lead to what?
Anarchy and crime. Yeah.
Yep, anarchy, crime. Okay, the people doing whatever the hell they want to do. All right, so I'm going to play this video, and then hopefully we can get some scriptures and you brothers and sisters be edified.
Rise in crime across the country.
Yeah, I got two of them.
Hold up, give me 1 second.
In New York City alone, new data is we've seen. In the numbers we see in the media reports, there's been a historic rise in crime across the country that is only expected to get worse in the hot summer months. But right now, some police unions are sounding the alarm of a nationwide officer shortage. In New York City alone, new data is revealing that 1,500 officers have either resigned or retired so far this year. It's actually closer to 1,600 officers. That's up nearly 40% from this time last year, the largest mass departure on NYPD record. To help talk about exactly why this wave of resignations is happening, I'm joined right now by retired NYPD detective and professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, Michael Alcazar. Thank you for being with us. First of all, I know the NYPD is pushing back on those numbers from the police union, saying that departures are only slightly higher than the previous year in 2021. But with the rise in crime, wouldn't this still point to a very dangerous situation?
Now, we know ultimately why you're having police retire and leave the force, because they see what's coming.
Yep.
That patriotic mindset is leaving. A lot of these police officers, even at the time of that whole shooting at particular schools, you have police officers, a lot showing up basically saying, look, I'm here to help people I know. I'm here to help my family. But as for the whole cause of, being a patriot and, being there for the cause of Babylon the Great, a lot of these officers, they're like, fuck this place, man. Mm-hmm. They retiring. They like, well, shit, I'll take my pension. I've been here long enough. And we're going to show you also in Dallas, you have police officers retiring, but the force is begging them to stay because they can't afford to lose anymore.
Right. So
what does this all lead to according to prophecy? Anarchy. Hell. You got a precept? Yep.
This is Isaiah 13, verse 6 says, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty." It says, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." Like I said, that day of the Lord is, like I said, the times we're in now, this is the beginning of the day of the Lord. Because we're going to see all this destruction that's going to come about, starting with, like say, with the police force. They slacking manpower, and that's gonna bring forth what? More violence, more women that's gonna be taken
in dire straits.
Yep.
Right, and that's scriptural. People get mad at us when we bring that out, but that's in the scriptures that's gonna happen. We ain't making it up out of like we have this lust for rape, but no, that's a part of the reality of what's getting ready to happen in these streets. Okay, the men are getting ready because they're going to release all of these, and this is the chaos Esau wants to bring order.
Right.
Because even in a place like New York City, where gun laws are strict, every time you look up, there's some type of shooting.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, as we're reading this, we have another article here. Gun violence surges to crisis level in the United States. Every time you look up, there's a new shooting, a mass shooting. That's a part of the day of the Lord. Now, whether it's orchestrated or whether it's really some bug out there doing it, it's still happening. It's still prophecy at the end of the day. Whether Esau sets up a candidate or whether some nigga is really bugged out of his mind and just goes out there and do it, it's happening.
Right.
Okay? Even some of the things that they set up as false flags it's still happening, man. At the end of the day.
That's right.
Read that again.
This is back in Isaiah 13, verse 6. It says, "Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand."
Howl ye, meaning you're going to be in a bad position. The only ones that's going to be covered through this all and comforted is the elect. All right? The rest of the people, 2/3 of our people, they ain't going to know what to do. They rejected the word of the Lord, and these heathen damn sure ain't going to know what to do. And these people, you got to think, they don't have the something to bring them to a point of comfort to where I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. They don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They don't believe in the kingdom coming. This is their kingdom. So they're going to do everything that they ain't going to have any morals. And it ain't going to be no 911 in that day. Go ahead.
That's happening soon, too.
Yeah.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
All hands shall be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. All of you thugs, all of you people, all of you women talking all of this shit. All right, we're coming up on the times. You're going to be humbled.
Yep.
This famine, all of these things that we're describing and constantly talk about, that's for the wicked of our people. We're fighting to be covered through all of this. This is why we jumping on the ark, trying to be a part of the tabernacle of David so we can have covering. Okay? You got something else?
I'm going to jump to 15 and 16.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Okay? They're going to release these troops. Okay? And then look at you got the food shortages. Gas is going up. All of these things are being done systematically to create a squeeze to where people are going to have to do what they got to do.
Yep.
Okay? You got a generator. They go see your lights on and everybody lights off. People will go band together and come kick your shit in.
They coming.
And it ain't going to be no 911. At that point, you're going to need the covering of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You're going to need a miracle. You're going to need divine guidance. And the majority of these people, all of them pretty much, outside of the elect, are blocked off from that council. Yep. So what are they going to do? Their human beast-like instincts are going to kick in. Okay? You know, we'll be destroying one another. Look at the scriptures. Go ahead.
It says, "And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword."
Everyone that is joined unto them, the ones of you who are joined into this American dream, you're going to find out this country don't give a shit about you. And a lot of these police are figuring that out. A lot of these police are like, they're hearing the insight of what's coming. You got particular of them watching particular videos, watching Alex Jones or watching us or whatever. And they're like, man, y'all know it's more. It's more.
Yeah.
The people, they're going to be like, man, what out? I'm leaving the police force. I don't want no part of this shit. And Katrina, the police was taking off their police gear.
Yep. Leaving. Yep. Throwing their badges on the ground.
Right. Because you got to think the average police officer, they're not trained really. They leave high school and whatever bias they have, they can just keep it. They don't go through really any training.
Right.
Of who they are mentally. They're just a bunch of weirdos, really. And they just get a badge and they go out there and do all of this wickedness. But really, a lot of them are waking up to the fact like, God damn, this shit is getting ready to be bad. And they're going to be called to do some very, very harsh things.
Boy.
And they're like, you know what? I'm out.
They got families too, so while they up there supposedly patrolling, they families, their wives and they might be calling them saying, hey, somebody keep trying to break in a house. You know, they're gonna be basically getting hey, come home.
Right.
You know, because it's gonna be bad out here.
Right.
And that's just the beginning of sorrows. It's going to intensify.
Right. Right.
You got more?
Isaiah 13 and 16. It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. This is biblical prophecy. Go ahead.
Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished.
Their houses are going to be spoiled. Why? Because there ain't going to be no food in the stores. Okay, with the little the places where they are opening up to pass out food, or you can buy, the lines going to be long. People going to be fighting. So what is that going to mean? People are going to go into the cities. As a matter of fact, what's that second Ezra?
I got it. It's 17.
Yep, go ahead.
Second Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into his...
Go, read up. A few.
It's a
Find a good spot. Woe to the world or something like that. Yep, go ahead. Start there.
Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one person shall stand up and fight against another.
You're going to have all classes of war. It's not going to just be a race war.
Yeah.
Sex war. All right? Class war. You're going to have people going after the governors and the leaders. Okay? It's going to be all out pandemonium. What does pandemonium mean? All the demons. And these people are full of demons.
That shit, wow, yep.
And it's going to be like a Royal Rumble. Survival of the so-called survival of the fittest, man. You're not going to have any rights, so people are just going to do what the hell they got to do.
Yep.
Go ahead.
One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Right. Could you look up that word sedition?
Got it.
Could you look up that word sedition, Baba Kasha? And I got this article here. The police aren't coming in Seattle as well.
Yeah,
this
Seattle.
is from June the 18th of 2022. There's a name for it now.
Pretty much.
Let me read a little bit of it while he's looking that up. It said, it is well known that Seattle police are struggling to respond to 911 calls in a speedy manner, but the notion that cops aren't coming has become such a routine of city life that they've now created a new way of tracking their non-responsive calls. It's called Z protocol.
Z protocol.
Z protocol. All right. It says, I don't know why they picked that letter Z. Maybe because it's the last stop, the end of the road. The new Z protocol criteria for 911 calls were described at a recent Seattle City Council. It says basically when you call 911, you are ranked as high priority for police responses if there's violence occurring or if there's an imminent threat of violence or property damage. You call them, somebody broke in, they'd be like, are they there? You're like, nah, well, they ain't
Got it. I
coming.
got it. You got it.
They're not coming, bro. All right? And it's only going to get worse. A lot of times, I was reading another article where they lie and say they're coming because they know people are complaining, but then they don't show up. Go ahead.
Sedition. I just got this from Google Meeting. It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state of monarch.
Right, and that's going to happen via the internet. That's one of the things that they're going to use, and they're going to set up a lot of false flags, people, to go up and, controlled opposition. But people are really going to have a mind to rebel against this system. People are going to wake up to the fact that the NWO is trying to root them out. The NWO, they don't give it. It's not really about race. It is about race in the sense that they want to get Jacob out of there. In that sense, of course, Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
But the elite are even looking at you everyday useless eater Americans and saying you gotta go.
Yeah.
And when the average person figures that out, that this American dream they fought for has become a nightmare, they're gonna rebel and they're gonna band up with others to rebel.
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine all of this happening with no 911 for the average nigga. For the average nigga woman, no 911. All of the tribes that's just used to doing wickedness and then 911.
Right. We'll call that older brother or uncle or something. Okay.
Yeah.
We gonna see it in that day.
Yeah.
That
It's
shit
not
come.
gonna be no phone system. No.
Nope.
Ain't gonna be no internet. Ain't gonna be, nobody's gonna come to your aid. And then you're gonna be faced with the reality of what's happening around you is that what? Prophecy is being fulfilled, man.
Right.
Okay? You're gonna be hit with reality. You're not gonna be able to run to social media and get likes to run away from who you really are. Okay?
Pretty much.
Go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
See, there's going to be sedition among men. Because we looked up sedition, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be sedition
Rebelling.
among men, and they're going to be invading one another. This is proof ain't going to be no police around.
See?
Because this is what the elite want. They want to bring what? Order out of chaos. So they're systematically squeezing, disrupting the economy. they're giving people no choice, basically. They've studied people. They know people, how they're going to react when a motherfucker's hungry.
They go lose
and
it.
they know you got it. They go come to get it. Like on that Blackout movie.
Yeah.
The one dude came to the door. He was like, "Look, man, we hungry. I got kids. Look, I know you got it. Could you help us out with a can of beans?" Then they found out they had it. He went and got like 4 or 5, 10 other motherfuckers. Like, this nigga got food.
See? Ooh, boy.
You see what I'm saying?
Man.
The one that walked in with that dude with that one can, he had that crowbar, said, "I just want that can." He was like, "Man, just a can, one can of peaches." He was like, "My family is starving. I want this one can."
Yeah.
They lost his life for it.
Yep.
Well, y'all supposed to believe in Jesus, though, man.
Right.
Faith go up, y'all.
Yep.
That's why Lord said, "With faith be in the land during that time."
Right.
So ain't gonna be no faith on the earth.
Right.
People go lose it.
Right.
Damn.
Because we're gonna be tested in ways we've never been tested before.
Yes.
Satan know he can't come at us with money. Satan know he can't come at us with the big booty woman no more. Right. For certain,
right.
we all got our weaknesses, but he know it's certain that so hunger, not knowing where your next meal is gonna come from, chaos around you, and then they're gonna have the charagma stations to where if you do want to eat, if you do, you go through this system.
Yep.
And what are you gonna do in that day?
Go
Are
bow
you
down.
gonna still lean on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? Or are you gonna fall for the serpent's trap? Go ahead, read it again, brother.
You say, 2 Ezra 15 and 16, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
They're not gonna regard the kings nor the princes. And Esau systematically put this whack, incompetent party, Biden administration in front of you to help push that notion, to help people to say, "I'm not listening to this motherfucker."
Pretty much.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? People are like, "No, this is the retarded. I'm not listening to these weirdos." They putting them in front of you on the news. They're lying to you. People are waking up, but a lot of it is done systematically. Biden is a pawn to create, to nurture what? People to be like, hell no. They know people. Esau studied the people long enough.
Yep.
He's a witch.
Right.
So he knew putting that incompetent bastard up there would eventually draw the people angry. And people are Esau. The main one ready to rebel is Esau. Okay, and then you go tell them, you go take their weapons. You're gonna tell the Edomite in America that you're gonna take his weapon. No.
Hell no.
Their countenance been brought low too, because they thinking, damn, everybody voted for this man to come into the office, and now look what he's done. He trying to take our guns now. You know, he's senile basically. So everyone that's brought help, so-called vote him in the office, now they're down like, shit, we did this.
Right.
Y'all voted him in. Y'all wanted Trump out of office. They're just two of lesser evil. The same bird, same feather on the same bird.
Right.
Right wing, left wing, all this is all the same. It's all the same bird, man.
2 horns like a lamb, but then what happens? They speak as a dragon. That draconian measures are gonna come.
That's right.
Esau's finished playing games with you. They still throwing Biden out there to, lie and talk, but eventually draconian measures are coming. Carbon,
taxing.
lockdowns. Like eventually you're not gonna be able to leave your house. Hey, as a matter of fact, ain't it in there? The man should try to go to another city.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm about this the next one. And a man shall 2 Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
You're not gonna be able, because there's gonna be. First off, they're gonna bring the troops into particular neighborhoods, especially where you Jakes are, and they know how rebellious you get, and they're gonna have free permission to just blast any nigga moving after a certain time.
Yep.
You outside trying to wiggle around, pow!
Just kill him.
Okay, they're gonna allow particular crimes to go on in particular. They ain't even go visit particular, let you niggas kill each other. But they're gonna have that carbon lockdown.
Man.
Meaning the earth is, the whole CO2 emission thing is so bad, we have to
Control it some way.
Right.
Then they go control it by taxing your ass on it. They go charge you for it.
controlling you by saying you can't travel in the earth.
Wow.
You driving it, all of these particular things are ruining the earth. Stay your ass at home.
Social credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that's coming. All of that stuff that they're doing in China, it's coming here.
Yep.
They just need the right false flag to justify it. And when they went to that World Economic Forum, this was one of the things that they were harping on: climate control,
Right.
the carbon footprint, and we know what's going to eventually lock that all the way in a charagma.
Yep.
And now they're saying a charagma, man. They talking about implementing that.
Man, it's about 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8,
18
you know what I'm
months. Yep.
You know,
They working fast.
because they have to. They have but a short time.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of deceptions, all kind of BS going on. But is there some more right there?
Yeah, I got 2. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Houses gonna be destroyed. Go ahead.
The thugs and all that shit, y'all gonna be afraid. The gangbangers and all that old crap. The MS-13, the so-called Mexican gang. Well, we gonna see how tough y'all is in that day.
Right. And then you Edomites, Jake usually only does shit in their own neighborhoods. But Jake will the Lord will put the spirit on them to start coming to y'all neighborhoods.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I mean, a lot of them gonna be getting blasted, but it's just gonna be all hell, man.
It's gonna see a lot of death, man.
On every level, because you think you in a particular neighborhood, all the niggas, that's 8 blocks away. They ain't around me.
Right.
Okay. The hood, I don't go over there. They're coming.
They go climb them walls like ants. Go climb them walls like little ants, boy. Because they're going into all the articles, man. And then right here, the next verse, 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Lack of bread. Meaning people ain't going to have any food, because the average person ain't really thinking about that they need to stock up.
Nope.
All right. Now the Lord gave us, a mind. We see things are getting ready to get crazy. It's not wicked to have extra, to get extra. Now you're not putting your faith in it.
Right.
All right. But you want to have enough to where you don't have to run out there when in the midst of this chaos, you trying to go to Walmart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get a few canned goods to stay afloat for a few days or a week or whatever.
Right.
Now the Lord, because you can do all of that and have canned goods stacked up to the wall, and then you go somewhere for the weekend and that's when it pops off. You ain't gonna be near that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't like you putting your trust in it. But the Lord gave us, hey, He told Ezekiel to make the Ezekiel bread
Make the Ezekiel up.
during the famine was coming. He told him how to make it. Get lentils, get this, get that.
Get
You
millet,
make the bread. Because the nigga's fit to be, not nigga, but it's fit to be a famine.
Shoo.
So we know that things are getting ready to be high. If you in the store and you can get a few extra cans or just get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not stupid to do that.
That's using wisdom.
Not using wisdom, because you'll have some brothers that get in that over righteous spirit. I'm just gonna sit here, man, and hey, the Lord may have you, but hey, bro, come on now.
He told Ezekiel to make the bread. Ezekiel listened to him, so shit. Why not?
Yeah, but it's not like you're the prepper and losing your goddamn mind with war paint on your face and you looking at the,
Yeah, no, right.
Hey, man, the Lord gave us a comment. He gave us a mind.
Yeah.
Like shit, it's getting ready to be high, and it's still kind of low. Get it.
Yeah, because you
finna be out the door. Because in America, we so convenient. Everything is so convenient for you. I can go grab some bread at any time.
Right.
By 12 o'clock, by noon. How these women, all my sugar getting low. I can go right out here and grab something to eat.
Right.
So you ain't gonna be able to use that as an excuse, because you may go out and be in a line for 3 or 4 hours, and soon you get close to the food source, they may run out of rice.
Right.
Or may run out of whatever you're waiting in line for.
And it's gonna be a line to get even in the store. There's gonna be a line to get into the store to get in the line. Right. And then to get into the line, they're gonna say you gotta have the juice, maybe.
Yep.
They're gonna be like, well, where's your digital thing to show if you ain't got this or that, you ain't gonna be able to come in this goddamn store. That's what's coming.
Yep.
So right now, while you can take your ass into the store, hey, if you can get a little extra, just do it. It's not stupid.
That's right.
You get in that line and you do get food, it ain't like you finna just walk home all calmly.
People watching your ass.
People watching. And why you read all the articles, man, it's gonna be lawlessness going on. The cops ain't gonna be around to protect you. None of that, bro.
Right.
Yep.
Let me play this one too. This is Dallas Police Chief Union leaders. work to avoid devastating wave of officer retirements. We
Man.
play this. So basically, they're begging the people who are set to retire. They're begging them to stay because they can't afford to lose any more officers.
Boy.
So everywhere you look, there's hell. There's
Yep.
something brewing that's going to lead to the overall narrative of what? Prophecy being fulfilled, man.
Yep. When people go snap.
Through.
More than a quarter of the Dallas police force is eligible for retirement this month.
Nice.
The police chief is warning city leaders that Dallas cannot afford to lose so many at once. So he is working with union leaders to encourage veteran officers to stay in the fight against crime. That's the story.
Hell no.
It's tough to be a police officer. You respond to tragic crimes and can also be a target.
And then we battle, you know, the challenges that exist in law enforcement. You know, am I going to be chastised if I go out and actually enforce the law?
And that job market is so good right now.
You heard that? He's like, am I not going to be a chastised? Because see, now they're going beyond. They're saying, fuck the Constitution. A lot of the things these police are going to have to enforce is going to be unconstitutional.
Right.
So they're like, damn, I got to go out there and do this? Man. And if you
Yep.
look at it, people don't want to work, period, anymore. All of these particular businesses you go to, they're shutting down because they're having a shortage of staff.
Mm-hmm.
The police force ain't the only ones going through this.
Some of these food stores and things like that, some of them are cutting their hours. They used to close at 10, now they're closing at 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. You do like, I'm gonna go to my, my taco spot.
Mm-hmm.
You go there, closed.
Yeah.
You're like, damn. And eventually, after this next round of shutdowns, none of these businesses are really going to be operating. That's going to be the complete wipeout of the middle class with the next shutdowns.
Yep.
Okay?
But right now, it's actually taking a lot of our senior officers away. 871 members of this department are eligible to retire as of today.
Chief Eddie Garcia warned city council members as they asked to get more from police, like routine neighborhood patrols.
And I think that's a plus because it kind of reassures them that we do care.
The peak sworn officer force of nearly 3,700 in 2011 is down under 3,100 today, 600 smaller to respond to more calls than ever.
And we need to continue to grow the department. We're certainly not throwing our hands up in the air. We got work to do, and we're going to keep grinding away at it.
Dallas only has the budget and police academy capability for hiring 250 new officers this year. Losing more than 800 would be very bad.
It would devastate this department.
Both union leaders, Patrol Sergeant Mike Mata and Special Operations Planner Terrence Hopkins, are eligible to retire.
I enjoy working with my command staff to put out a better product, so there are different things that drive us all.
They say morale is strong with new Chief Garcia, and they're working with him to keep other veterans on the job and 100 today.
Now, why is the morale low? Because the truth is getting out there about how corrupt this damn government and this damn country is. Okay? Even Edomites are waking up to it.
Man.
You see? The regular, everyday Edomite has woken up to the plan of the elites. So they like, to hell with this government. They're like, y'all not for the people. So I don't want